Mr. Teft and Mr. Inheritors has done wonders with, in particular, my son. But what I want to speak to today, so I have a very vested interest. I will be in the ranchos. They will probably bury me in my backyard. So even after my children are long gone, I will be a taxpayer, so I am vested here. I had so many thoughts going through my head as to what exactly I wanted to say to you today. But in listening to everybody here, I think what has really struck me is the definition of being a trustee. And that trustee is representing a person or an institution to the benefit of somebody else, not to yourself. So what I want to implore to you is to be courageous. Do the thing that is difficult to do. I live in Steve Lewis's district, so I will not be voting. So vote in September or vote in August, I don't get to say my piece, but I do hear it. And I ask you to do the difficult thing. Miss Audrey, you inspired me, and your words were wonderful. I am torn apart by this, and we do talk about this not with my younger kids, because quite honestly, they're affected not by discussion at home, but by what they hear at school. But my oldest one at high school, we talk about this frequently, and she is concerned that her principal left and that several of her teachers had left. This is her first year at Lincoln. And she was so excited to come to high school, and this year has been tumultuous, to say the least. But everybody wants this done, and the quickest way to do that is to resign, and that's why I'm asking you to be courageous, and to do the thing that is really hard to do. I've had to do that before I trusted the position. I didn't want to, but I did for the best at that time, and it was really hard, but I'm asking you to do the same thing.
Would you like to speak? Okay, I'm going to go ahead to this lady, right? I'm sorry. Would you like to speak?
No, I wouldn't.
No. Okay.
My name is Linda Nielsen. My family has lived here for 26 years, since 1989. Our 5 children have gone through the schools here. Our 3 oldest went through Webster when it was K through 8 and went to Madeira High School. My husband was a board member on the GVUSD, I think with Mona, back when and with Audrey, when the high school was built. Someone mentioned that it's important to have all school board members here because of the nature of his job. There were, I'm sure, several times when he could not be present at certain board meetings when important decisions were made. Things like that happen. Board meetings need to continue to take place. What I want to say is someone else mentioned how several board meetings don't make eye contact. I understand that. Someone yelled out sociopath here. The vitriol and the antagonism that has been going on is just, how would you respond to that? Would you want to engage someone that was treating you in such an unkind manner? That is not respectful. That is not that is not helpful, to the process of what's going on. The teachers, Ms. Moseley, I think a lot of us are not giving the kids in this school district, everyone's mentioned how this is affecting the kids, how it's affecting the teachers. Yes, a lot of teachers, unfortunately, are leaving. I think most everyone is trying to assign a reason for that as being what happened, concerning Mr. Alvarado. Some teachers, from what I've heard, have different reasons for leaving. Coincidentally, it's at this time as well. I think that we're not giving enough credit to the teachers. School boards come and go. Superintendents will come and go. But the teachers are the consummate professionals here, and they will continue to do their job and continue to be the wonderful teachers that we all are experiencing here. Mr. Kelly, Mr. Hatch, they've both been teachers to many of my kids, and I give them credit for helping to shape them into the wonderful adults that they've become. My kids range in age from 34 to 17, who is a junior at the high school right now. And I truly, truly give them credit in their education and in the path that they have continued to go on in their lives. As far as date for the recall, you can tell, I'm sure, based on other things and what I'm saying, I'm not for this recall. I think that the board has been elected. There's a democratic process. Every few years we elect a new board. People have said everyone's fine with Andy gone, but we all know that the impetus for this recall was his departure. So now, what is your reason? If everyone's fine with that, what is your reason for continuing with the recall? You're saying that these 2 new board members have only served, for, what was it, 90 days, 60 days, 90 days, right before that decision was made. All of you that have started a new job, if you did not, there is a learning curve. There is a learning curve. Okay, you need to give someone an opportunity to do. Okay.
I'm sorry, the time is up. Thank you. Ms. Malmstrom.
Yes. My name is Terry Malmstrom, and I am currently, sorry, I'm out of a voice, representing my 93 teachers. It's disheartening. What is happening is disheartening. We had a #1 school district, and we're chiseling away at it, trying to destroy it. I'm not sure what the reasoning is, and quite frankly, I don't care. We need to be done with this, and we need to move on. My teachers will support the board and the new administration that comes onto our staff, but we have got to move on. I am begging you, please press this forward so that we can move on. We have to move on. Do not drag this out through the summer and the beginning of next year.
Is there anyone who did not get to comment that would like to at this time?
I didn't comment earlier, but I'd like to say something. My name is Julie Stringfeld. I have 2 kids in the school district and the 3rd one coming up. I, like one of the parents back there, will probably am looking into homeschooling my 2nd grader next year because I think the district is not turning into what it was when I moved out here and what I wanted it to be. I have a freshman who's in the high school that comes home daily asking me, Mom, can I please go to Minarets? Mom, can I please transfer out of this district? Mom, all my teachers are leaving. Mom, look who just left today. Mom, I don't get this teacher next year. Mom, this isn't fair. Can I just leave and start fresh somewhere else? And you know I've considered each and every one of her responses every single time because there isn't anybody that's listening to what these kids are asking for. Forget all of us parents behind us. You have kids asking you to do your job as a grown-up and to listen to them. You guys preach and preach. Fight for what you believe in. These kids are fighting their tails off, and not one of you 3 are listening to anything they have to say. You have amazing teachers walking from our districts or being let go because of funding, but we're going to go blow money on a superintendent buyout and a recall election because you guys can't do the right thing. But let's let our amazing teachers go that you guys so proudly pride our community on having amazing teachers. But hey, we care so much about you. Here's the door and walk out. Same with your students. So I have 2 kids gone. She has another kid gone. You go, you're $6,088 per child. I guess you're losing that next year. That's not of importance to you. I know 5 kids from the middle school, 8th grade, that are going to Minarets next year because of this. Didn't even bother to look at Liberty High School. Pretty sad day when we have to go outside of our community to get our kids good schooling.
Sorry, I have difficulty standing.
That's okay. You can sit.
I want to say that I really feel bad for the few folks who came about and stood up to try to get a new district here instead of sending our kids into Madeira. They worked very hard and diligently, and I remember, and I was always in total support of the schools, and I remember thinking, boy, do they know what this is going to involve and the money, and gosh, how do you start from zero? And they did it. And we've been an awesome district. I mean, we have people move here to come to our schools. And I feel really bad that a few of you have come on board and what appears to have personal agendas. I have to voice, as some already did, that to come on as a new board member and in 60 days decide, there has to be so much to learn, I can't imagine, and to decide to get rid of the superintendent. There just seems to be, well, it's kind of sad that your school board is disjointed, 2 against 3 type of thing. It's just sad for those who worked so hard to get this district where it was. And it does appear to be some personal agendas. I mean, to watch Mr. Moseley just sit there and write He's not looking at anyone, he's not responding. I don't know what he's doodling there, but I mean, it's disrespectful. And I'm so sorry that it's come to this, because we are an awesome district and we are an awesome community.
Could you state your name?
I'm sorry, my name is Maria Cameron.
Oh, Marie Kelly, thank you. Now, thank you so much for your comments. Were there any other individuals here that did not get to speak that would like to speak? Nobody? Okay, then we will bring it back to the board, and we can have further discussion, or we can move on with the vote.
I would like to make another comment.
Okay,
Actually,
Mr.
two.
Kelly.
For clarification, I think the audience probably knows this, the date that I chose, the 4th, is not the earliest date, but it is the latest date before school starts. So it is somewhat of a compromise. Again, I respectfully ask, well, there's two issues here that I see. One, a date was thrown out and immediately everybody seemed to, other than myself, agree with that date. I'm hoping that date wasn't predetermined prior to this meeting in agreement. That would be an unfortunate thing. So, assuming that it is not, that John threw it out, the other two of you just heard it for the first time, I still respectfully ask, why? I think you at least owe an explanation of why that seems to be your best choice for this district. I don't think that's asking too much, and it's not accusatory. It's simply, I gave my reason for my date, and I'm asking you for your reason for your date. And I don't know that it is all of your date. I only heard one mention that, and we have yet to have the open discussion as to what dates are best. So I encourage that, hopefully this board will do that now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Trustee Kelly. Okay, Trustee Neal, did you have anything that you would like to say?
Comments. I just want to make it for the record that I have heard what everybody has said today, and I have listened to you, and I empathize with many of you and your thoughts, and I am a believer in democracy and the vote, and I recognize that this is a group, this is a small group. We have a much larger community, and I welcome all of you to call me personally or to meet with me individually, one-on-one, throughout this process in the next several months. I think that you have a board here that no matter what date we set the date, that our kids come first. And I firmly believe that, and I refuse to believe that if I choose a date at the beginning of August rather than the beginning of September, that means that I care less about children. That will never be the case. So I want to make that clear.
Please, I'm sorry, but we've allowed you to speak. Please let Trustee Neal speak. Were you finished?
My heart is in the right place, and it always has been, and I know who I am, and I am happy, like I said, to communicate more individually with each of you, and I do support the recall process. It is constitutional, which is ironic. It was put into place by progressives, much like myself, and I will state that I have done nothing egregious in terms of breaking the law or any other reason why this removal should happen. So I think if we go to the voters, that's the best thing that we can do. And may the voters have the final decision here, and I will honor and respect whatever that decision is. But know this, that to the day I am removed, whatever day that may be, or to the day that I stay, whatever that decision, children will always be first for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, please. Okay, I apologize, but once again, the courtesy was extended to the community, and now the trustees will have that same courtesy. Trustee Moseley, no comment? Okay, then we will, I have no comment, so we will move forward with, we had a first motion by Trustee Moseley, and we had a second, is that correct? By Trustee Neal. And that was for the September 1st, 2015
no
date.
comments and having a date.
And so we will move forward with the vote. All in favor? All in favor of the...
You want to know what I think?
No discussion?
I will be honest, I think the sooner that we can put this to rest, the quicker healing can come. Do I think that our school district is going downhill? I don't think so. We do still have some great teachers, and they are still working really hard, and they will continue to work hard. And it is unfortunate that we are losing some, but that is sometimes what happens. But that's my thought is this community needs some healing, and the sooner we can get that process going.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. All in favor signify by saying aye for the September 1st, 2015 date.
Aye.
Aye.
Nobody listening.
All against, say nay.
Nay.
Hey.
The vote passes 3-1. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Okay, I have a first and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Mr. Kathleen, did you? Yes.